Hello, everybody, welcome. Brother Psych Investigator, hell, huh. Everybody, welcome. Rosa Psych Investigator. So, guys, hello. It's about 8:40 p.m. Eastern Time. I was uh I was doing research for today's program, and thank you for being patient with me. I'm just helping my parents who are in not here, not in this country at the moment. So sometimes that's, they're older and I'm dealing with that. So, uh, so thank you. Okay. All right. So, but let's get started. Let's get started. There's so much going on. All right. So I don't even know. No, I do know where to begin. But let's go to the situation in the Middle East. All right. So let's see. I just need the article. Okay, so far we have very aggressive actions by Israel. There was the rumor that they had hit the bunker of Ayatollah Khomeini. So 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 let's keep talking. But then they're aggressively also hitting some targets in Israel. So let's see what's going on now. Like I said last time, I still stand by it. I saw that Trump would tackle out of this, and it looks like so far he is doing that. At the same time, we see that um there is also just I see there's this look a glitter thing, whatever the house is. Okay. Um there are ships moving towards the Middle East, suggesting that the US is in fact preparing for something, but I still feel that Putin is very against us. Therefore, Trump at the end may not follow through it. So let's see what's going on from today. Okay. So what is going on with the situation in the Middle East? Oh, it's the protection. I like to ask for protection, a beautiful ray of light coming on top of my head as I breathe in. I fill my lungs. As I breathe out, I create a circle. I create a circle. I step into it. I step into it. I feel protected. I feel connected. I'd like to ask that information come only from the highest sources that create the good and only the good. And so it is. All right. So let me share the 1 second here. Okay, live updates. Trump will decide on potential Iran action within the next 2 weeks, the White House says. The White House Press Secretary Carolyn Leavitt cited the potential for further negotiations with Iran as the reason to delay the decision. So it's exactly what happens, right, in the thing with the terrorists, right? Like, oh, I'm gonna do this, that, and then in a little bit he changes his mind when he sees the actual consequences. So, okay. So here it is. Trump weighs rise on Donald Trump says he's still considering a military strike in the next 2 weeks. So he's making a decision in the next 2 weeks. So is that true? Okay, so what is going to happen here in let's see here, okay, so what is happening? What will Trump do in the next 2 weeks? So what will Trump do in the next 2 weeks? I see he keeps talking, but then he kind of steps away. Like I see he's becoming more and more distant, so he's walking out. he's walking backwards. Okay, he's like, oh, whoa, 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 and then he walks backwards. So, okay, so in other words, so I just see him backtracking with everything. So let's just ask this question. Will the US, again, I've asked this question before, but since every day we talk about it, let us join the Iran let's call it what it is. It looks like an invasion of some sort, okay? Iran invasion. That's what it is. That's what they're doing. Say no, haha, no. Okay. So, well, that no. Well, there because you understand what I'm saying. What I mean by the invasion is that it's the way that Bibi is talking is just what happened with Iraq. Oh, we have to find the weapons of mass destruction. We have to find the weapons of mass destruction, and then they stayed for years, and I don't think they did anything. They didn't do anything. They didn't actually find anything. No, so it's similar. It feels like that's what Bibi is calling for. So, and I feel like the U.S. military is saying we could have some strikes, but nothing. They're recommending against it. And okay, and so I think it's saying no, there's not going to be an invasion. That's what I feel like. It's not. So is it going to be like Iraq? No. Okay, by Israel, because that's what it is. Okay. Because that's right. I see that Bibi really, really wants the US to join in. So that, and I see that his plan really is to kind of, he says something and does another. He's like, oh yeah, no, just come once, just no, and then he's gonna keep dragging them further and further in until they're completely in. And they're at service of Israel. That's what I think his goal is ultimately, but I don't think it's going to work. Okay, so why do I see it not working? Okay, I see it not working. Why do I see it not working? I see something hit Israel. And I see that as the US, because Trump asked for 2 weeks, right? So that's a telltale sign. He can't come out and say no. But I think when push comes to shove, when the time is needed for an actual attack, then it doesn't happen. Okay. That's what I see. The main thing doesn't happen. And then Bibi's like, oh, oops, I have to deal with it. Because I see that again, he wants to start this and then leave us to kind of clean up the pieces. But I don't think it's going to happen this way, the way he wants. Okay. They just clarified that it was not working for BB. Okay. Now, the next question is, okay, I'll tell you. Okay. So now I had to tell you this about so a few days ago, I had this vision of the Ayatollah, kind of like as if he had passed. Okay. And I remember I had seen the uh okay, let's see. Okay. Okay. So anyway, so I had seen him kind of like something like this, sad about what's going on or something like that. But to me, it felt like he comes from the other side. So 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 I was like, wow, they're gonna kill him. So and I have to tell you guys, I also saw in advance that they would. I saw that the leader of Hezbollah would before he passed. I saw him too. So I don't know. Okay, but to me, I actually don't want this to happen because it would be a massive escalation. Okay. As complicated as Iran is, I don't feel like I said, I know people probably disagree with this. I just think that it's a long, complicated history that, again, Western people, I don't know. I just think it's not so simple. And he's also, if I'm correct, I don't know that I'm correct on this, but I believe that the issue with Iran, why do people, other governments there fear Iran so much? It's because they have a lot of religious power because the Ayatollah Khomeini, the head of Iran, is considered the head of the Shia religion. If I'm correct, I don't know exactly, but I kind of feel like the 12 are Shia sects that they are not sect, like it's kind of this broad belief, and the 12 was called 12 or Shia. The head of the quote unquote church would be this Ayatollah Khamenei currently. So if you kill him, it's the equivalent of killing the Pope. Okay, because not only is he the head of the country, he's sort of the Pope, the equivalent of the Pope for their Shia religion. Does that make sense? So that's a problem, right? And I understand that the women, for us, like the women have to be covered, and for us, that's like it doesn't make sense. I'm not saying that I would like to live there either, but it's to go from there, from this, and then put some external person because that's what they want to put in. They want to put in somebody who hasn't lived in Iran for decades, I think, usually is that. And the population is just not going to accept that. So even if the current head of the government is unpopular, it doesn't mean that they want somebody who was not from there, who basically raised elsewhere. Okay. Especially somebody related to the Shah. There's like the son of the Shah, please. Okay, go. You should really look into the history of the Shah. The guy was really corrupt. Okay, really, really corrupt, and there was a lot of property. So it's very complicated. Okay, and I just think that it's not so simple. Okay. All right. So I have to share this division of Ayatollah because I saw that his bunker was hit. So I was listening to some channel and they said that the news was that there were rumors that I guess it was rumors or maybe not. I don't know if it hasn't been confirmed by Iran that they strikes hit the bunker of Ayatollah Khamenei and there was a lot of police over there and lots of ambulances. So, and similar things happened when they hit the heads of Hezbollah. Um, so I think I see him kind of like he's not dead, but he's also elderly too, and he may be sick already from other things because how old is he? He was born 1939, so he's 80. Yeah, is that right? 86 or something. I don't know. I don't know, something like that. So anyway, so that's the story of the situation. Okay. So, oh God, I feel like so is the Ayatollah going to perish during this? Because and I also have to say, if he's killed, I don't know how Israel is going to deal with it because people, I don't know, guys, people have to understand Iran has like what 90 million people, 80 million people. That's a lot of people. And so if they put those people to you know, if they decide to actually do something, it could be very serious. So, and they'll be very motivated because it just killed their pope. Okay, period. That from their perspective, that's kind of how it is, right? So, so let's see here, actually. Um, okay. So the population of Israel is 9.7 billion, I was just looking up. And Iran is 10 times, basically, a little bit less, but about 10 times. Okay. So that's significant. All right. Okay. All right. So what's going to happen next? Is it so show me how. I see that they do some gains and they attack enough targets in Israel to scare Bibi, I think. And I still don't think the US is going to join in what will end up being some sort of invasion. Okay. And I don't see them ending up providing the military assistance they wanted to provide. Okay. All right. So, and just to tell you how interesting here, and this is, I'll show you this. Steve Bannon warns Donald Trump Iran strike would tear the US apart. Steve Bannon has warned Donald Trump to not to authorize military action against Iran, saying US involvement in another war in the Middle East would tear the country apart. My mantra right now, the Israelis have to finish what they started. They started this. They should finish this, said Bannon, who was chief strategist to Trump during his first administration and remains a prominent ally of the US president. We can't do this again. We'll tear the country apart. We can't have another Iraq. So, so this is what I was saying. A lot of the most hardcore followers or whatever, supporters of people close to Trump, really, they are, and we know why, right? Because they're very pro-Russian. Russia and Iran are allies. So, let's see here. Bannon. Okay, Bannon does not want U.S. involvement. So is Bannon going to be happy with the outcome of this? Yes and no is saying yes. I don't think there will be no matter what they're saying, the ultimate commitment, I don't think is going to happen. Okay, I really don't feel like it just doesn't feel like that. Okay. All right. So, okay. All right. So I see that Bibi is gonna have to leave. I know it sounds crazy now because attacking Iran is very popular there because Iran, in fact, has is against Israel, right? But there's another war going on. There's hostages still. So I just think something's going to go terribly wrong and Bibi is going to have to leave. And so I was just thinking about the whole Ayatollah thing. So are they going to be able to topple his government? No, no. There's always someone else. And it's saying first they started a story of like, oh, they wanted to stop the nuclear weapons and then they want regime change. And then, but I don't think it's going to work out the way they wanted it to work. Okay. All right. So okay, so let's continue here to look at some other things. And today is the Juneteenth. It's the holiday that commemorates the end of slavery, which is very nice. Right. And it's interesting because here I see that this place we work, for example, their offices are closed today. So it's good. And a lot of offices, because there's people like me who have one person offices, and there's a lot of other offices that are bigger. So companies um are operating, right? But today, like it looks like none of them were open. So that's good. Okay. So so let's see. I just want to see just quickly before I go, really, what is in a year in the 2026, what will the picture be on the next Juneteenth? Because we know that Trash is really not a great person. Okay, so what is going to happen? It's interesting. You just gave me an image of weather, so it shows me now the kind of the face of Trump, and it's very dark clouds. And then it shows between now and then the clouds clearing and a beautiful Sunday. There's always a little cloud coming, but it's not like the heavy, thunderous clouds of trash and power. So it feels that by the time the next year comes, it will be far. It feels far away to me anyway. Okay. You know what I'm getting also is saying, because if he doesn't go, the world goes. It's true, right? It's saying that these people have the destruction in mind, even if he ends up not attacking Iran. He's just so, he's litigious, he's aggressive, he's belligerent, right? In the term, meaning he wants wars, he wants death, he wants destruction. So that drives him forward. And I just see him kind of retreated or retreat, like kind of like a, you know, when you remember something, like the difference between something real happening now and a memory of something or something faded. That's what it feels like to me. So, okay. All right, guys. So this was short, and I'll come back tomorrow and continue because like I said, my life has been a little like it's good. I'm good, but just like with the intensity of this, and then family issues and such, and then it's, you know, it's a lot going on. So okay, so thanks for watching, and I'll be back tomorrow. Okay, good night. Bye.